Hello and welcome to Why Community. My name's Julian Ballantyne. Well, the lockdown continues in many parts of the world, certainly here in Great Britain. However, people are respecting social distancing. As always, when we start Why Community, we always start with, well, the news. UK government news, Monday the 6th of April. COVID-19 and smoking. Now, smokers face a greater risk from the coronavirus and may also be jeopardising the welfare of their loved ones, Public Health England has warned. PHE said that smoking can cause damage to the lungs and airways, and COVID-19 attacks the respiratory system. Release of low-risk prisoners. Some low-risk offenders to be temporarily released from prison. Risk-assessed prisoners within 2 months of their release date are to be temporarily released from prison, the Lord Chancellor and Justice Secretary Robert Buckland has announced. No high-risk criminals, such as those who have been convicted of violent or sexual offences, anyone who's a national security concern or a danger to children, will be considered for release. Now, prisoners who have not served at least half their custodial term will also not be among those who are released. And in addition, the MOJ said no prisoner would be released if they've got symptoms of coronavirus or without housing and health support being in place. Now, it's quite strange being in the studio when nobody's here. Of course, I've got my CEO, my camera person. Yay. I think she'll be looking for a new job sooner or later. Tet, it's a shame that I don't give him a cuddle or at least a handshake over the last few weeks, but he has been self-isolating. He's also been keeping his finger on the pulse and letting you exactly know what's happening in Africa.
Hello, I'm Tete Kofi and welcome to another edition of African News. Now, it's a fundamental tenet of the Hippocratic Oath that all doctors take, to first do no harm. It was therefore quite shocking to many when two very senior French doctors were heard on French TV discussing using Africans as a testbed for a new COVID-19 vaccine that they're working on. One doctor said to the other, and I quote, "It may be provocative. Should we not do this study in Africa, where there are no masks, no treatment or intensive care? A little bit like it's been done for certain AIDS studies, where among prostitutes we try things because we know that they're highly exposed, don't protect themselves." And that was said by Jean-Paul Mirat, head of the intensive care unit at the Cochin Hospital in Paris, a very, very respectable institution. And he was talking at the time to Camille Locht, who is the research director of the French Medical Institute. Well, naturally, this statement caused outrage amongst French Africans. To their credit, Didier Drogba, Ivory Coastan footballer, Demba Ba, Senegalese footballer, and the great Samuel Eto'o himself, the Cameroonian striker, all came out and condemned these attitudes as racist. And of course, it begs the question, in the race to find a cure for COVID-19, how much are African lives respected? Are they accorded the same level of recognition, humanity and respect as European lives? After all, everybody knows the statistics. The whole of Africa has had fewer deaths from COVID or infections from COVID than even one European country, say Italy. And if you add up the totality of deaths and infections from COVID-19 across Europe, it completely swamps Africa. So people argue, why on earth not test the new vaccine at the epicenter of the disease in Europe? Why go all the way to Africa? And this is what makes Africans worried, that they're being made into lab rats, guinea pigs, for testing a serum that may save the whole of humanity. And that is a question that Africans and Europeans alike must ask themselves. Is there a differential level of worth for African life as there is for European life? I'm Ted Kofi, and this has been an edition of African News. Join us again next time.
Well, I came outside to do my one piece of exercise today. This is along the Chiswick High Road, in fact. There are so many people contributing. I'd like to thank them all. I'm sure you would too. And as we say, it's your community. So let's have a look at our friends from the Yanga community.
Hello, I'm Susan Jumoke Fajano Thomas, the chairperson of African Achievers Award, your powerful ally against COVID-19. I have a message for you, and it is a very simple message that I'm sending to you from my home in London. Many of you are aware that at the moment in the UK, we're on lockdown because of coronavirus. And I'm saying this to you people in Africa. It is important for us to stay at home. It is important for people to stay at home. By staying at home, you will help control the spread of the virus. You will help control the virus from spreading to your friends, colleagues, and the community. It is important we come together at this time to work together to support each other. Is by doing this and by staying at home that we can fight this virus. Also, it is important to practice social distancing, which means you need to stay 2 meters away from other people at all times. Please, let's do it together. Hashtag stay at home. Thank you.
Wow, COVID-19. My name is Theodora Ibekwe Oyebade. I am an actress and a producer. COVID-19. This is a critical period when the world is ravaged by a serious calamity. Serious, very serious. I've never seen a thing like this before. And I will not forget this life experience in a hurry. A lot of life lessons to learn from this COVID-19. My husband used to call me an OCD in the past, but I have become even a bigger OCD now. If you have not been washing your hands before, you got to start now. You got to start washing your hands. That is the first guideline. That is the first thing to protect yourself with. Be clean all the time. Anything you touch, wash your hands. If you go out and you feel that you're dirty and you've touched certain things, go and have a shower before you touch anything. It will come to pass. But meanwhile, you must follow all the guidelines regarding COVID-19.
Hi everyone. I'm out taking my daily exercise as has been recommended. And here I am along the River Thames. And if you look behind me, what you'll find is a dock. This used to be a munitions dock. During World War II, it was from here that a lot of the armaments, bombs, bullets, rifles, assault guns, and other munitions that were used to fight the Nazis were shipped out to the Allies. From here, the weapons went along the Thames, across the Channel, and to the Allied forces in Normandy. Just further down here, there used to be a T-34 tank, the Soviet-made tank that rolled into Berlin and defeated the Allies in May 1945. Unfortunately, because of all this housing development you can see around you, they've moved that tank. I wanted to film it for you, but anyway, I can't. But the fact of the matter is, The world has seen trying times before. We've been here before. There's nothing we're going through with this COVID-19 that we haven't seen before. Be it the bubonic plague, be it the Spanish flu, or be it World War II. We've had lockdowns, we've had production cuts, we've had all sorts of problems. But mankind is very, very resilient. We have a unique way of coming through adversity. Now, I've brought you here because I want to show you that if we can get through World War II, we can get through coronavirus. If anything, coronavirus, how many people have died? I mean, you look at the numbers and compare it to the number of people who died during World War II. So, we're capable of overcoming this. We're capable of getting through the lockdown. And above all, we're capable of stepping up production of food, medical equipment, and other vital things that are needed.
Now, in this time of lockdown, lots of you are watching more telly maybe, looking after the kids. Well, as I always say, and it's true, that's a job in itself. But Afia has been suggesting some great books over the last few days, and I'm sure she'll have another recommendation right now.
Hi, this is Afia, one of your hosts of Nonny. Now, don't worry, I am not in a park. I am safely social distancing and in my back garden enjoying the sunshine and, of course, reading a book. If you know me by now, you know how much I love books, and I've got another one to tell you about. Okay, so this one is Skin Estate by Cash Carraway. Now, I know I always say my books are amazing and they really move me, but this book had me posting on social media talking about it for days. This book made me cry on the tube several times. Now, Cash Carraway talks about being a single mum, being on benefits, having mental health problems, and it is such an amazing, poignant, vicious, horrible story of what happens when someone can simply slip through the net. She spent her time in a women's shelter. She was going from terrible flat to terrible flat. Now, whether you are a mother, whether you've been unemployed, or whether you're just a person, you'll absolutely, any kind of person, whatever you've been through, you'll absolutely be able to relate to this book. It is so vicious in parts. Some of the language in it is terrible, I will warn you, but it is so well written. It's hilarious, it's sad, it's cutting, and it will stay with you. Of course, I am talking about Skin Estate by Cash Carraway. Now, a lot of things have been said about this book online, and a lot of things have been said about Cash Carraway herself. What I will say is it's just such an important and incredible story, and one that everybody should read. So, Skin Estate by Cash Carraway, that's my recommendation for today. You absolutely have to watch it, and I would love to know what you think of it. Get in touch with me on social media. Hope you guys are all staying safe and staying home, and more book recommendations from me coming your way very, very soon.
Welcome back to Y Community. My name's Julian Ballantyne. I'm still reporting from an extremely quiet studio here in the west of London in Chiswick. But Mano, well, he's our man on the street right here, and he often reports for us. Let's see what he's got to say this week.
Hello and welcome to another community update. I'm Manu Myers, and I've been following key developments surrounding the COVID-19 pandemic. And on this occasion, we're looking at how the pandemic is radically altering approaches to love, dating, sex, and family relations. So let's take a closer look. Now, with more and more people working from home full-time or even looking after their children due to school closures, meaning we are all spending more time behind closed doors. But how will this impact our relationships? Whether it's a couple who are both working from home, or you're a whole family with children who needs to be entertained, or you could even just be housemates who are finding communal living a little bit difficult at this moment in time, it is not yet known how long these measures may last. So how can you ensure tensions do not arise, and if they do, are quickly dispelled? Well, here are some tips. So overall, be patient and avoid criticism. Ask what each other's fears and worries are. Think about how each others are feeling. find out each other's trigger points, maintain as much routine and normality as possible, keep work as separate as possible, and ensure that you're not just working all the time. Also, be forgiving of yourself and of others. Now, with your partner, don't make assumptions about how the other person feels. Keep communicating, as it is very easy to slip into the blame game when we are stressed, and it doesn't help anyone. Also, accept these circumstances are going to be testing. Try to put big arguments on hold. And now for the whole family, try to establish a routine. It can be tricky to establish a routine when your whole day happens within four walls, but it is crucial for long-term success. Like, set family goals and expectation. Designate areas of the household, and don't avoid answering kids' questions about the coronavirus. And last but not least, treat each other with kindness. Also, don't forget to stay home, stay safe, and stay connected.
Well, times are changing very quickly here in Great Britain. Our Prime Minister, Mr. Boris Johnson, well, he was taken into hospital very recently. They're saying just for tests, but absolutely no one's exempt from this disease, this virus. It stands the same. Keep washing your hands. Somebody that I always listen to, well, it's our very own Mansa. What's he up to these days? Well, let's take a look.
What's happening, people? Mansour Bello. I hope we are fine during quarantine. So you know what it is. You know what's happening. I've got them videos. They're ready. They're loaded. They're good to go. Check them out and let me know what you think.
Well, I don't know who wrote this, but I thought I would share it with y'all. We fell asleep in one world and woke up in another. Suddenly, Disney is out of magic. Paris is no longer romantic. New York doesn't stand up anymore. The Chinese wall is no longer a fortress, and Mecca is empty. Hugs and kisses suddenly become weapons, and not visiting parents and friends becomes an act of love. Suddenly we realize that power, beauty, and money are worthless and can't get us the very thing we're fighting for, oxygen. The world continues its life, and it's beautiful. It only puts humans in cages. I think it's sending us a message. We are not necessary. The air, earth, water, and sky, without us, are just fine. When we come back, remember that we are guests and not its masters.
So there you have it, people. More videos from the social media. You know what I do. I always supply the banter, the enjoyment, and the fun. And breaking news. Once this is all over, courtesy of Yanga TV, we're going to have a massive barbecue. Free drinks, free food. If anyone asks, just say that Lindsay Oliver said so. So please, continue to take a seat. Enjoy Yanga TV. Until next time, enjoy yourself, be safe, and have fun.
Now, when I was little, I wanted to play the drums. So my mum bought me a recorder, and she went, if you do well at the recorder, then you can have the drums. Guess what she bought me next? Well, I don't even know where she got the money from, but she bought me a little violin. Now, where I'm from, if you walk up and down the street with a violin case, people give you some very odd looks. Music, it's something that I've always regretted, a second language, and to play a musical instrument. Well, somebody that can play beautifully, and again, he's now going to leave us with a beautiful piano piece. Listen to this, and I'll see you very soon here on Y Community.
Hi everybody. Hey, you know what? think we have to listen to what they say, listen to what the people are saying. It's difficult, but what can we do? Last year, I had a hip operation, broke my hip, went to hospital, and they told me on top of it that I've got prostate cancer. So I've been fighting and wheeling and sorting, and now I think I'm in the clear. But I have to stay home because I am fragile. Fragile. We are all fragile. We have to understand that this is not a joke. People have gone and we're trying our best. So we have to stay home. Unfortunately, most of all, be patient and no anger, no getting angry at life, at people around us. We just have to understand that this is a serious matter. So I wish you the best. I wish you to carry on, and I wish you good health. I should do the same. Keep on fighting, keep on willing, and hopefully we get better. Because I got better. Hey, hey, hey. See ya.